Hi, Marissa. How are you? It's good to see you again.
Good to see you,
Yeah,
Max.
how has everything been going with you?
It's going good. I have a lot going on right now. I know I've talked to you about it before, but my graduation is coming up. It's just like 2 days under 2 weeks away,
Okay.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like coming up so fast here. I feel like I've dreamed about this day since definitely since like for sure middle school is probably the first time I've ever thought about it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that seems like so far away, a lifetime away, and all of a sudden it's 2 weeks away, which is um, exciting. And I'm like, oh, like at this point, I'm pretty worn out from
Hmm.
the routine of school and class and balancing that with work and a social life and having my weekends to
Yeah.
just not do anything sounds really nice. There are things that I'm very excited about with that. Um, but I'm also like obviously with that, that's a really big responsibility, and I have a lot of things that are on my plate that are are gonna need to get checked off eventually, like within that 2 weeks. So it's a little bit, yeah, it's a lot
Yeah.
for me. I have a lot of projects that are due. I have things that are due after my graduation date, which is kind of a bummer. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, and then I also have like everything that goes along after graduation that I wish I didn't have to worry about, but that's probably like the thing that's stressing me out the most.
Yeah.
Is like,
Yeah.
okay, great, like I've got 2 weeks and then I'm pretty much done. And then it's like real life starts after that, and I'm like nowhere near ready like for where I want to be. Like I haven't reached the goals that I want to reach yet,
Yeah.
which is not great. I have a job. I want to find a different one, and I haven't done much to actually like apply for that because I'm really gonna have to do a lot with my resume. It's transitioning from everything like geared towards working with kids. I'm gonna have to switch all of that to like now going into some kind of business
Mm.
or like corporation, which is
Yeah.
like kind of more where I'm aiming to work.
Yeah.
So I have that, and then like actually applying, and then and I'll have like interviews and everything, and I just want to like make sure that I know how to present myself in a space like that when it's more professional.
Yeah.
I guess I haven't had to do many job interviews like in that kind of setting.
Where do you work now? That
I work at Best Buy right now, so I work in
Okay.
retail,
Okay.
and I know I have options there for getting more hours and full time jobs, so at least I could be making money.
Mhm.
But like for my personal goals, I would really like to be in a full time position, not in retail, because it's really important to me to have a social life. Because
Yeah.
I know otherwise I'm going to get burnt out really fast. I feel like I'm already at that point where I have no time on the weekends because I'm constantly working or doing schoolwork. And then, yeah, also during the week when I have to balance it with everything, it's just like, it's getting old really fast
Yeah.
now. I've been
Yeah.
doing it for like almost 4 years now, but it's like just now getting to be where I'm like, okay, like
Mhm.
not only do I know that I'm graduating and I need to get a big girl job, but I'm just getting sick of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I feel like I could be doing more with my,
Yeah.
I don't know, my talents,
Yeah.
whatever they are. I just feel like I could be like challenging myself more.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. So I mean, so you sounds like you're very excited, like you're thrilled to be graduating, which is amazing. Like it's a very exciting time, you
definitely so.
know. But it seems like you're also a little like drained with like your job that you have now. Um, in like you're a little like cautious because you also want to find this big girl job that you're talking about,
Hmm.
and you don't know if Best Buy is preparing you the most for that with
Hmm.
interviews and resume and everything, and you're a little yeah, like you're a little cautious with that because you want to find something different.
Yeah, I feel like it is cautious is a pretty good word because it's like I have an idea of what I want to do. Like I see myself, working a 9 to 5 in
Hmm.
an office building, like hopefully doing more than just working at a desk all day every day. But
Hmm.
like honestly, at this point, I wouldn't even mind doing that for a little bit at least.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I haven't had experience like that, so I'm cautious going into that because
Hmm.
people are like, oh, like I'm so bored at my like working in an office. Like I wish I could do more, and then like that's worrisome that I would get drained from that too when I'm already drained from a job that keeps me on my feet.
Yep.
Literally, I cannot sit down at work. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like constantly going, constantly like talking with people, and I love that part of the job, like getting to work through issues with people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I've learned a lot of things from the time at the retail position, and I know I have a lot of skills that have developed because of it. So it's just, yeah, I'm just a little bit tentative on like how that's going to translate into a different kind of job.
Hmm. So you feel a little like restricted because of what you do at Best Buy in a way, and like how your skills have been developing, but you also feel like ready to make that step and really
Mm-hmm.
find it if you are ready for something bigger, and actually for this 9 to 5 job that you hope to, support yourself with. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I'm definitely ready. Like I would love to just be able to take that step, but it's like also another like thing that I feel like is holding me back is this degree that I'm going to get in
Mhm.
elementary education.
Okay.
And like discovering just this year that I don't want to work in a school and be a teacher,
Yeah.
which is like what my schooling's been setting me up for all these years. And like I've seen people in classes that are like more business oriented, and it's like they learn such different things. Like I have learned on so many of the like relational aspects of being around people, and I feel like I have strengths in those areas where I'm really knowledgeable about that. But then for the kind of job I'm looking for, I
Mhm.
don't know how it's going to be received on a resume, or
Yeah.
like how difficult it's going to be to go into a setting like more professional business setting, and how they're going to
Yeah.
treat me because of my
Because-
background with that.
So on one hand, I hear you talk about how thrilled you are to graduate, and but then on the other hand, you're talking about how like kind of like how worried you are with like the degree that you are graduating with
Mhm.
here at the U. So that because it might not be setting you up with what you potentially want to do with your actual like life career.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
which is pretty weird thing.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. I was like
Mhm.
so set in my decision for going into teaching. I
What-
love working with
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah. What changed your mind? Like, what was it that sparked your, like, what you yourself to be like, oh, this isn't what I want to do.
I think probably the biggest thing for me is that aspect of wanting not a lot of time, but like set time that I can have a life outside of my job.
Mm-hmm.
Because like at first when you think about teaching, it's like, okay, like you're there during the day, you're working with kids, you go home at night, you have a life, you have summers off.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you do have time off in the summer, but those like months during the school year, like I have family members who are teachers or like just recently became teachers, and watching them go through that,
Yeah.
and they are up like late hours of the night working on lesson plans, emailing teachers, emailing parents, grading assignments,
Mm-hmm.
taking more classes to be better prepared and like
Yeah.
to teach. So it's like it's not as easy as a lot of people like make it seem, where it's more of like a commitment to that than I think I anticipated. And then seeing how people like receive that, like you don't really make that much money, you don't have that
Mhm.
much respect. And, like not necessarily that I need like a ton of respect, but it's like I know we've learned a lot about how working with parents can be really difficult and how much of a responsibility it is to like every student. So that got to be just kind of too much
Yeah.
for me.
Hmm.
And I knew that I would really get burnt out quick if I didn't have time for self-care and for just kind of letting loose a little bit and
Yeah.
doing things that I enjoy outside of my job.
Yeah. And that time's really important. Self care and finding that very comfortable work to family balance. Is really important in a career. I know this isn't the same thing, but back in high school, like, or growing up, like, my favorite sport was baseball. Always baseball, baseball this, baseball that. My dad put me in all the youth clinics, all the camps and everything, because he thought I definitely was going to be a professional baseball player. And so
Mhm.
did I. I thought it was awesome. That was pretty good. But, like, eventually, like, once I got to high school where, like, it mattered more than obviously Little League did, or, I just got, like, so, like, just like drained and so like burnt out by all the like training and all the the all season long road trips to different states and out of the country like tournaments and stuff like so like eventually I was like you know what like I just like noticed like this isn't what I want to do the rest of my life like 'cause I know people that do play professional sports like and they got to constantly be moving they got to be constantly be in big training and stuff like so eventually I knew that wasn't what I wanted to do and I wanted a life outside of like this career that's not I don't want to actually define me like I hope that like resonates with you a little bit because I feel like you also maybe don't want your career to define you you don't want your career just to be your whole life it seems like you want some outside like activities and
Yeah,
everything
exactly.
yeah
I feel like that's actually really similar, like different situation, but it's when you like get into something and it's like all this excitement, it's like, oh, I love this. Like
mm-hmm.
when it's like on a smaller scale and then like closer you get to it becoming a reality and like
Mm-hmm.
everything you learn about it along the way of I don't know, just how much really goes into it or how much of your life is going to have to go into it
Yeah.
to really get the most out of it. It's just like really changes your perception. It's like, for me at this point, it's like kind of sucks because was supposed to be my like career. Like this is what I'm going to be doing for my life.
Yeah.
Like I was really excited about it for a long time, but then just like thinking about how easily I would get drained from it all and knowing that I wouldn't have time for, family life and friends and just experiencing things
Mm-hmm.
outside of work, I just knew that that wouldn't work for me and I wasn't excited about it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need to be like completely like invested. This is like there's nothing wrong with my job. Like I get there's like give and take for everything you do, but I want something that is going to give me like when having that social life is like a really big priority, like at least having time for it in some way. Like that's really important to me. I feel
Mhm.
like I just need to find something that's going to be better suited.
Hmm.
So, and there's a lot of possibilities out there.
Yeah,
So
there is a lot.
realizing that.
There's a lot of opportunities out there.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like you have like a very, you have this idea of like what you want, you know. You just need to find the right route
Mm-hmm.
to that certain job or certain career that you hope to find. Yeah, that's really, finding a job and a career that you really resonate with is really important. And it sounds like, you feel the same way. It sounds like you feel that you want something that you're really passionate about because, you want, a strong work-life balance and you want, other activities and you want like a life outside of your career. Oh,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's my big goal. Like in the next, I don't know, however long it takes to like
Mhm.
get myself to get there. At this point, that's like my number one goal is to like realize what I want to do and then really get that started
Mm-hmm.
and find something. So
Awesome. Well, I think you got a pretty good handle on what you want, which is, like I said, important. So today we've gone over a lot of, your aspirations, and you've talked a lot about how you're really excited to graduate, but you also feel a little like bummed about the fact that you don't think that this education that you're getting and the degree that you're getting isn't what what you're gonna be doing. Like it doesn't feel like it's preparing you as much as it should be, or like at all, because you're not gonna be a teacher.
yep, basically.
Yeah. But but you've also been talking about how like what you want in a career. You just don't know exactly what career
Mhm.
that is. Is that like I hope I didn't miss anything. I hope if there's anything else you can let me know.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. That's the basics. It's really been helpful to talk to you. So thank you for your time with that.
You're welcome.